Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
It's a chilly November afternoon here in Medford, Massachusetts, but things are starting to heat up in Cousins Gymnasium as the men's basketball teams from Salem State and Endicott College will kick off the New England Big Four Challenge here at Tufts University. Welcome everybody to coverage of NCAA basketball presented by JumboCast. I am Andrew Howe, joined alongside Sam Brill for the first matchup of our two-game doubleheader here in Medford. Sam, these two teams both starting off their seasons with differing results and looking forward to trying to get another win in the W column this time around today.
That's right, Andrew. The Endicott Gulls come in after playing just one game, starting their season at 1-0, while the Salem State Vikings started their season a little shaky, 2 in the loss column before they got back on the right side of things. Lost both of those 2 games early, had a tough rebounding margin, but last game they were able to dominate the boards. It was Connor Byrne leading the way for them, and got right back on top of things and got themselves in the win column, looking to do the same thing here today in Cousins.
Of course, this is just the start of a 4-game weekend at Cousins Gymnasium. If we take a look at the bracket of the New England Big Four Challenge, we have Salem State, of course, going up against Endicott right now, and immediately following today's coverage, we will have Tufts taking on the Babson Beavers, the home matchup, so to speak, in the second game. And then tomorrow, the winners will play each other, the losers will play each other. A nice little tournament action to get the season underway.
That's right, Andrew. And these 4 teams face off in this Big Four Challenge almost every single year. Of course, didn't 2 years ago due to COVID, but last year facing off. And 4 teams from 4 very different conferences. The Jumbos from the NESCAC, the Babson Beavers from the NUMAC, Endicott College Gulls from the CCC, and the Salem State Vikings from the MASCAC. So those 4 conferences definitely looking a little bit different. Salem State probably in the weakest of the 4 divisions, while Endicott in the CCC, a little bit of a tougher division, but still very early in the season, a lot of different narratives going on here. We've got Echevarria for the Endicott College Gulls, scoring his 1,000th career point. So huge congratulations to him on the historic milestone. Just the 18th player in Endicott Gulls men's basketball history to reach that landmark.
Yeah, he'll be leading the way across the backcourt for the Gulls. And, of course, matchup in the middle will be important for both of these teams. We see Connor Byrne and Dylan Grant currently looking to tip off, but also Mark Barrett for the Gulls playing a very crucial part in their win last night, or a couple nights ago.
That's absolutely right. Mark Barrett coming out strong with 7 points and 12 boards, so very active on that side of the ball. Also had 3 blocks and 4 steals to his name, so it's really going to be crucial for him to keep up the good work on defense and continue to crash the boards and really just dominate for the Gulls. The tandem between him and Dylan Grant really strong for this team. Dylan Grant also having an excellent game, not getting as much run time though, just 15 minutes, but 3 boards and 3 points for him. So we'll see if he can make a big difference for the Gulls as well.
Looks like we're getting set to begin this New England Big Four Challenge. Again, all coverage of games will be here on JumboCast, so just stay tuned to our YouTube channel for further coverage of the games. Byrne wins the tip, and Salem State will control the first possession.
Right away, Endicott starting in a man-to-man defense.
Jared Byrne in the middle. Pass over to Castillo is broken up by Echevarria, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Really good active hands from Echevarria early there. It's really going to be the key for this man-to-man defense to work. Keep those hands active and guard the passing lanes really well.
McDonald on the inbound. 14 to shoot, Salem State playing around the perimeter. Green with a 3, no good. Rebound collected by Endicott after some slight stumbling. And it will be Barrett collecting the board. Echevarria out front.
Salem State giving a different look, though. They're starting this one in a 2-3 zone, trying to really get things going.
And right to the house is Matt Gary, the graduate student. A UConn commit in Division I for the past 4 years. Now making his way over for his 5th season in Division III. He stepped back to the line for 2.
That's right. He's looking really big and athletic right there in the lane. Good job by Echevarria to get that ball onto that free throw line. And really, it was Gary doing it himself, trying to take it with the left hand underneath. Salem State's got to stay a little bit more disciplined on defense. Don't let him get in there.
Gary 1 of 2 from the line. Offensive rebound collected by the Gulls. Now a 3 for Tate Matt is good. A quick 4-0 run for Endicott.
Yeah, good job by Endicott to create that second chance opportunity. Salem State's got to do a better job boxing out.
Castillo on the drive. It is blocked up front by Dylan Grant. Matt getting the start after a 6-point outing against MIT. Barrett at the top of the key, guarded by Byrne. He makes one dribble inside. The bank shot is good, and a quick 6-point lead for the Gulls.
And again, a good job by Mark Barrett posting up at that free throw line. All he had to do was turn and face and take it right to the rack.
Spot up 3 by Josiah Green is nailed. Green shooting 44% in the first 3 games of the season. He's really stepping up as a star guard here for Salem State. Pass right to the middle is broken up. Byrne will collect it. Now Green looking in transition. Right to the other Byrne for the flush. Connor with the slam.
Good job by Salem State running the floor there. He caught Endicott a little lackadaisical in transition.
Echeverria fakes, moves into the middle. And the inside attempt by Grant is no good. Green again running in transition. Kick back out to Castillo. He goes for a drive in the reverse, no good, but we'll collect the own board. And the ref says it landed right on the baseline, out of bounds.
That's right, he stepped out of bounds and was one of the first players to touch the ball when he came back in, so they're gonna get him on the out of bounds violation. It's gonna be interesting to see the way that Endicott tries to break down this 2-3 zone. And Salem State really strong with active hands guarding the passing lanes up top, and Endicott has tried to break it by getting one guy to sit right at the free throw line. Echeverria now getting hounded.
Gonna try to work himself, kick out over to Gary. His 3-pointer is no good.
Yeah, too much dribbling from Endicott on that possession.
Green likes to move fast. He's gonna pull up from downtown, way off the mark.
Yeah, thought he got a foul, but to no avail, pleading his case to the refs.
Gary makes his way inside, gets the whistle, and one.
Really good job by Matt Gary there. Saw the open lane. Salem State just a little slow rotating over with that zone defense, and Matt Gary, the beneficiary, getting to the line for the and one conventional 3-point play.
Gary played 17 total minutes in 4 years at UConn. Of course, had the junior year and senior year stopped short with an ACL injury. And had 17 points in his first game in Division III. A high-octane opening here to this game, and Green will add to the fire with a 2. Working inside, McLaren, who has entered the game, goes for the reverse. His shot is no good, rebounded by Byrne. Echeverria guarding Green and gets a hand on it once again.
And Echeverria doing a really good job up top. Again, those quick, active hands just swiping that ball away from Green. He's going to be able to take possession of one of those soon. Green's got to do a better job protecting the ball.
And a travel by Chris McDonald, the senior, will send the ball the other way. Janelin Echeverria, 3 steals in the last game against MIT, averaged 2.1 throughout the 2021-22 season. So definitely a factor defensively as well as on the offensive end. Kick out again. Gary for 3. That left-handed stroke is too good.
Yeah, really good job by Gary once again, spotting up and shooting, taking what the defense has given to him, and just, again, a little too slow on that rotation from Salem State.
Castillo on the drive on the left side. Shot is deflected and rebounded here by Endicott. Gary on the drive in motion gets fouled. It's a blocking foul against the Vikings. And it looks like the ball will stay on the floor. Oh, no, 2 shots for Gary.
And a good job by Gary to sell that. He really took that one as strong as he could to the lane. Ball was tipped away. Salem State may have gotten called for maybe one that they didn't do, but they are going to keep it on the floor, ruling it a blocking foul rather than going up for it.
Saw the referee hold up 2. Might have just been the call on the foul on number 2, Chris McDonald for Salem State. Echeverria on the inbound. Shot clock has been reset due to the foul. McLaren can't handle it cleanly and will be forced to give it up. Castillo on the drive, goes for the reverse, but Barrett plays a factor defensively, but a foul is called. Looks like a loose ball against the Vikings is going to go back towards the Gulls' way.
and already 4 fouls on Salem State. You're going to have to be really careful not to get into that bonus too early.
Stephen Fama entering the game. Graduate student, started all 23 games that he played in last year for Endicott. Now in a new role off the bench. His first touch, one dribble and an inside move. And Gary, again, just showing off his bag. A strong opening first 4 minutes for Matt Gary and the Endicott Gulls. They're up 14-7. Touch foul, I think, against Fama. Endicott working quickly with the substitutions. Drew Brown entering the game quickly for the Gulls, replacing Mark Barrett. A little bit of a smaller lineup for Endicott right now. Green, no good. Etcheverry with the board, moving quick in transition. Fama works his way across the baseline, gets pushed, but no whistle called as the ball gets sent the other way.
And a good aggressive move by Fama to try to take him baseline, but even better defense from, looked like it was Osorio down there on the baseline, using that baseline as another defender, just pushing him out, using the body well, moving his feet.
The third Byrne brother, Liam, is into the game, the sophomore. Green guarded by Echeverria is going to kick out to McDonald. Shot is pass is deflected by Brown. And the defense for Endicott really showing up right now.
That's right. They're showing him 2 different looks. First, the man-to-man, that time in the 2-3 zone, guarding the passing lane. We'll see what they go with here.
Jarrett Byrne, guarded by Gary. Kick out. 7 to shoot. Green has to make something happen himself. He's guarded by Echeverria, and Echeverria gets a handle on it. Shot has to go up right now. Osorio won't get it off in time. And a shot clock violation, proving another really great defensive effort by Endicott.
And once again, Echeverria, those active hands helping the Gulls out. The Gulls jumping out early to a 14-7 lead, just over 5 minutes gone.
And a very quick scoring opening for Endicott. They have been putting the points on the board at a very quick pace.
That's right, and it's been a lot of Matt Gary. Again, that Division I transfer, he's seen a whole lot at UConn and now bringing it into Cousins Gym for the Endicott Gulls. He's really been able to get inside and, you know, just take advantage of what Salem State's been giving him. He's gone to that left hand, showing his range, and really making Salem State respect his game start to finish.
Quick timeout called by Chris Harvey in his 15th season for Salem State. Was an assistant at Tufts University for 2 years before making his way over to the Vikings. So not familiar with Coach Linton at all, but definitely familiar with being here in this gym and playing on this court. Fama at the elbow, goes for the drive. He's guarded by Byrne, shot no good, and rebounded by his brother in Jarrett. Jarrett Byrne with a 3. No good. Fama with the board. McDonald guards Echeverria, but he just breezes right past him. The move to the inside is good. Dylan Grant for 2.
Yeah, really good job by Echeverria to get inside. Saw that he didn't have the shot himself, so handed off to his teammate down low. But it's really that dribble drive penetration for Endicott.
Byrne on the inside move. The baby hook goes down. Still a 7-point game. 6 minutes gone by here in the first half.
Salem State showing a different look defensively here.
Echeverria with a drive, denied by Byrne. He collects his own board, and the shot is blocked again. The Byrne brothers playing a role on the inside.
And the different defensive looks giving Endicott a little bit of trouble here again. Trying to run different plays to get through, but to no avail. Salem State staying really strong in the paint.
Juvens Lewis into the game for Salem State. 11 to shoot. Fama on the outside. Shot no good for Miles Fior. And Salem State will control it. Green with the fadeaway. A smooth shot for Josiah Green.
Really nice look there from the wing. Saw he had an opportunity and took it himself. Cuts the lead to 5 for Endicott.
Brown. No good. Rebounded by Osorio, and Salem State wants to move in transition. The behind the back to try to get Echeverria away, and Green will nail the 3. It is a 2-point game as Salem State has cut back with 5 straight.
And Josiah Green really feeling it here early, cutting that Endicott lead to 2.
Fama guarded by Byrne. They kick back to Miles Fior. His attempted pass gets broken up out of bounds. Severia looking, they get it to Fior. Tries to drive across the baseline, but he's met by 2 Vikings. Now Echeverria getting the double treatment, has to work his way back out. Putting on the handles, right down to the lane, no good. Rebound, collected almost by Endicott. And Grant will get a hold of it. His shot is no good. And finally, Salem State will control it.
Yeah, really tough job in the lane there from Endicott. Really had to make a decision quickly, either pass that ball out or go right back up with it, kind of caught in between.
A deep 3 by Green is good. Josiah Green from long range has given Salem State the lead.
Yeah, really can't give Josiah Green, the shooter, that much space. The sophomore guard has been giving them fits, averaging 14 points per game. I think he's got just about that in this one. Not a whole lot of scoring team-wise for Salem State, but still with the lead 17-16 as they've gone on a little mini run here.
Josiah Green, of course, had a pretty good season last year in his sophomore year. 10.6 points, 3.2 boards on 39% shooting, but has taken another step forward. Of course, Salem State star guard Sean Bryan, now serving as assistant coach, averaged 21 points and was a key factor in Salem State's MASCAC semifinal run last year. Not available for them, obviously, having graduated. So players like Green, players like Jaden Castillo in that guard role for Salem State had to take a big step early on in the season, and they're definitely doing a decent job so far. That's
right, Andrew. My apologies to Josiah Green, the junior, actually, from Springfield, Massachusetts. But the question is always going to be, when you lose someone who scores at that rate, who's going to step up for them? And it's been Josiah Green here early for Salem State. Again, they struggled in those first 2 games, but showing here why they're a contender, really, in their division, and why they can be a real contender in Division III. Competing with Endicott, a really strong program, starting the season 1-0, so still trying to work out some of their kinks. But Josiah Green taking advantage of them all.
Jeff Hill entering the game for the Gulls. He passes to the inside. And Grant loses control of it. Osorio collects the steal. Green has had the hot hand so far in this first half. Pass is broken up, but Lewis will be able to retrieve it. 13 still left to shoot. Salem State looking to move fast. Byrne with the left hand is good for 2.
And it looked like a broken possession. Salem State's able to turn into something.
Three-pointer off the mark for Endicott. As Mike Levesque now running the point for the Gulls. Some wholesale changes on the Endicott side as the ball gets tipped out by Green.
Coming back in now is Mark Barrett. He's really done a good job for the Gulls early. Kind of their volume scorer right now. Echeverria's been unable to find the mark.
Hamzi. Three-pointer right at the shot clock expiring is no good from Levesque. And Salem State has a chance to increase their lead.
Endicott's really struggled from long range and hasn't had a ton of dribble drive penetration since Echeverria's been on the bench.
Green with the fake and will get fouled. Hamzi does not like the call, but it will be 2 free throws for Josiah Green, who shot at a 71% clip last year.
Yeah, this year only shooting 50% from the line, though. 6 of 12 overall, so we'll see if Josiah Green can connect and extend the Salem State lead.
Josiah Green's 28 points on 8 threes came against their loss to Suffolk on the 12th of November. Apart from that, scoring in the single-digit marks for the other 2 games. Did dish out 10 assists against Curry in their win, so also playing a factor on the ball handling side. 5-point lead now for Salem State. Levesque, guarded by Lewis. Over to Hill. Hill loses a bit of control of it, has to kick it back out. Levesque for 3, no good.
Endicott's really struggled from long range, Andrew. They've had a couple of nice open looks, but that one, not one of them, and still unable to connect.
And Byrne nearly loses control of that. Way outside here for the big man. 6'9", gets rejected by Barrett on the layup attempt. And Endicott now moving in transition. To the inside, Hamzi lays it up and in.
Yeah, and wide open underneath. Not a good job by Salem State. They've got to deny that ball into the lane.
Endicott has cut its lead to 3. We're halfway through this first half in Cousins Gymnasium. Green gets a screen from Byrne. And another deep 3 off the mark. Levesque with the board. They're going to go up ahead. Hamzi lays it up and in on the fast break.
Yeah, good job by Endicott. They really thrive in transition.
Tight game here. Lewis gets blocked by Barrett, and it'll stay right here.
Endicott staying really disciplined there down low, making sure they don't foul. Only 2 fouls through 10 minutes, so really just doing a great job down low.
McDonald and Gary entering for their respective squads. Jarrett Byrne on the outside. Over to Osorio. 9 to shoot. Mid-range jumper fading away is good. Javier Osorio with the bucket.
Kind of taking things into his own hands with Josiah Green out there on the bench.
Back over to Gary, who has re-entered the game and immediately making an impact.
Again, good job by Gary, taking exactly what the defense is going to give to him. If you're going to give him that much space in the mid-range, he can make you pay.
Liam Byrne making his way in on the low post. Kick out to Osorio, gets a screen. His mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by Gary, who forces his way back up the court. The runner, no good. And it is rebounded by Hamzi. Gary had an open look for 3, instead will drive to the middle and collect the foul.
Yeah, once again, good job by Gary. Passed up the open look, but had the wide open lane. You'd much rather take a guaranteed 2 than 3, or a shot at 3. Endicott hasn't really been able to connect a whole bunch from out there, so Matt Gary now finding himself at the charity stripe for 2.
And just to show the level of skill in Division I basketball, Matt Gary, in his 4 years playing at UConn, did not hit a single bucket, and yet is coming here to Endicott and putting on a show as one of their top players so far in this season. Goes 1 of 2 from the line. The whistle gets blown on the court. I think it's just the referee trying to reset the clock. A very close game between these two teams, Sam. Maybe not what we were anticipating, but Salem State really putting up a pretty decent offensive showing in this first half.
That's right. It's been a whole lot of Josiah Green really just taking what the defense is giving to him and catching fire. You know, sometimes it's usually a team game here in college basketball, but Josiah Green definitely taking matters into his own hands, doesn't want to go home early in his Big Four Challenge tournament.
Has just gotten his first rest of the game as Sean Richter will get his first minutes. McDonald driving across the baseline, goes for the fadeaway and is short. Quick pass up ahead to Hill. He'll go for the left-handed layup and it goes down. Who will be the offense here for Salem State? Osorio fakes him out. Richter is good from mid-range.
Really now, both teams trading buckets ever since Endicott tied it up.
Hill putting on a handle showcase. Kick back out to Levesque. And now Endicott will reset. Hill with the runner, no good. Fights for the rebound and gets called for the loose ball foul.
Yeah, and interesting on that possession, Endicott kind of had either one dribble or two dribbles and then pass, really making Salem State stay disciplined, stick to their guy, because if you get beat, there's going to be a wide open lane. Salem State going to the man-to-man defense that time, so not a whole lot of help out on the floor, but Endicott trying to exploit that with the quick passes and the off-ball cuts.
Echeverria and Maddie re-entering the game for Endicott as we are all tied up at 25. Richter over to Lewis. 17 on the shot clock. Lewis makes his way through Maddie and goes up for the bank shot on the runner.
Yeah, good defense, but just better offense there.
Hamzi has seen extensive minutes here in this first half. Back out to Gary. The mid-range no good. Castillo now controls it over to Byrne. And that's a walk. We have seen a lot of Jared Byrne and Liam Byrne. Connor Byrne, notably, has not played that much. Obviously started off the game and has since hit the bench. Was all Mazcac's second team last season. It seems like they have faith in the other brothers right now. Working their way around. Barrett's shot is no good. Rebounded by Maddie. The freshman showing off he can hustle as well. Castillo picks up his dribble. Lewis. Rebounded by Gary. Barrett now working on the inside. Kick back out. Maddie will reset to Echeverria. Goes behind the back, through the legs, up and over and in. Not sure if that hit the top of the backboard or not, but no whistle call by the referee. That's 2 points for Jalen Echeverria.
Yeah, really impressive bucket there from Echeverria.
Castillo, foul called against Echeverria on the block. They say he was moving as he took the hit.
Yeah, definitely the right call. Echeverria is going to plead his case, but I'm surprised this one's not going to the line for the and one. Definitely going up there, and Echeverria catches a break on the foul call.
5:27 left to go here in this first half. Josiah Green re-entering the game for Lewis. And you would assume that he will be on the court for the closing out of this first half. Byrne controls the inbound. Castillo works his way across the baseline. He's guarded by Echeverria. His dribble is broken up and taken away by Barrett. Now Echeverria, look at the speed. Left hand up and in.
Yeah, blew right by him. Echeverria taking exactly what the defense has given him. And Josiah Green fresh back into the game, but already stumbling up the floor.
And another steal, this time from Maddie. And that's a free dunk up for Mark Barrett. And Endicott has once again broken out to a 6-point lead. Timeout called by Chris Harvey.
Yeah, really good timeout by Coach Harvey. Endicott's beginning to pull away, 6-point lead here, and just getting too lazy on offense. No movement whatsoever. It's giving Endicott the opportunity to swipe through. Again, 4 fouls, not really in foul trouble in terms of getting into the bonus. So Endicott can really continue to play aggressive defense, and Echeverria really just showing off his quickness in transition. Can't ask much more from a player like that. You know, a smaller guard, it's going to be tougher to stay on your feet and continue to keep guys in front of you, especially the bigger guard like Josiah Green. But Echeverria can't really ask for much more than that. Swiping the ball away and running the floor, taking it right to the rack.
I mean, he turned on his wheels on that last play. And just a multi-tooled player in Jalen Echeverria, of course. For a player of his size, not many of them reach the 1,000-point mark, but really showing off multiple assets of his game so far in this first half. Is able to hit the shot, go for layups, and of course the defense also really playing a factor. He has a couple of steals as well.
That's right, Andrew. And 29 points in the first game of the year, 3 steals in that same game, only 1 assist. So we'd like to see Echeverria begin to distribute the ball and show off a little bit more of his game. But again, as a coach, you can't ask for much more than giving 110% effort every single play. And that's what Echeverria is going to give you at that point guard position.
Salem State really need to control their ball handling on the offensive end. A lot of deflections on the Endicott side, so on the defensive end this first half. Byrne. Over, Richter tries to make his way inside, and again, broken up. Maddie working in transition. Will stop back out. Brown thought about a 3. And the possession will be reset. Gary. That's a long 2, no good. Tipped out of bounds by McDonald, and it's staying right here.
Yeah, and a brutal second chance break for Endicott here. We'll see if Echeverria can distribute this ball, get one inside off the inbounds pass.
He has been the one to inbound most of these plays on the baseline. Look towards Barrett, who made a move inside. Instead, we'll just kick back out to Maddie. Echeverria finds a corner 3, and it is no good, in and out. And
the struggles from long range continue for Endicott, but again, that's a good look. You got to be putting that one up.
Sammy Batista entering the game for Salem State as a whistle is called. Foul on the floor against Maddie.
Yeah, a little bit of hand fighting there going on between Maddie and Josiah Green, so definitely trying to deny the ball to Green.
Quick out to Byrne, Richter. Now Castillo makes a move, gets past his defender, and gets a foul called.
Yeah, and a good job by Castillo. Really quick first step to get around that defender. Landed up with the right hand and definitely got hit from behind. So good job by the officials. He's going to have a chance now to cut this Endicott lead.
Jada Castillo averaged 7.3 points on 44% shooting in 21-22. Started throughout the MASCAC tournament, so really, becoming a larger presence offensively, defensively, just in general for this team.
And you got to take advantage of those free opportunities at the line. Missing 2 of 2 seems like a good foul by Endicott.
Less than 4 minutes to go in the first half. Echeverria over to Gary. He drives down the lane and gets called for a foul. It will go against Salem State as Castillo picks it up.
And 6 fouls on both teams, so any foul the rest of the way is going to be resulting in free throws, 1 and 1 until 10.
Echeverria looking for someone, finds Barrett in the corner. He'll go for a drive. Kick back out to Maddie. And a reset of possession with the shot clock back to 25. Echeverria on the baseline, look to go up and over. Shot gets blocked. Barrett collects the board and lays it up for 2.
Yeah, a little second chance and third chance points for Endicott there. Good job on the offensive glass.
An 8-point lead now for the Gulls. Josiah Green has been relatively quiet since re-entering the game. A long 3 is good. Sammy Batista continues his streak of not missing a basket so far this season. He's 4 of 4.
Yeah, taking what the defense has given to him, had a little bit of space and decided to throw it up.
Gary over to Echeverria. Batista guarding him tightly as Gary works a fake, kick out to the corner. The 3 is good for Drew Brown.
And Andrew, it's only a matter of time before Endicott got one of those wide open corner 3s to fall. Good job knocking that one down.
Batista back out to Castillo. 15 to shoot. Castillo makes his move, picks up his dribble into Byrne. Shot is stripped out from him as Barrett again plays a massive factor on the defensive end. Maddie down the baseline, kick out. Brown tries again for a 3 and is good for the second straight time.
And Endicott percolating from long range.
An 11-point lead now for Endicott as they have blown this first half open after a very tightly contested first 10 minutes. Byrne guarded by Barrett, goes for a spin and picks up the dribble, has to try to get it up and will not be able to connect. Rebounded by Gary. Barrett working his way down the floor. Brown gets another shot. He checked, no good. Rebounded by Green. Josiah Green now looking to move quickly. Barrett with the hands. Gets another deflection. Castillo in the corner is unable to connect on a three, and now Echeverria has an open lane. Meeting him is Castillo, but he's not quick enough. Layup no good. Follow-up from Matty also out.
Yeah, good transition defense there from Batista. Echeverria's got to do a better job to finish through contact. Batista kind of laid up. He knew Echeverria was waiting for it. Now Josiah Green.
Green with the crossover, step back three, no good. Rebounded by Byrne on the offensive end. Tries to go up and gets fouled by Barrett. Mark Barrett seemingly had his arm straight up. Ref's still going to call the whistle.
Yeah, it looked like he might have had that left foot in the restricted area. But good job by Salem State trying to finish through contact again. They're trying to feed their bigs down low, and the bigs just really, it's only a matter of time before they start to finish at the charity stripe now. Got to knock these down. Both teams have struggled from the line.
And won't be able to do that. That is now 3 straight free throws missed on the Salem State side. Byrne is currently 43% from the charity stripe. And we'll hit 1 of 2.
Salem State going with a smaller lineup here. We'll see if they continue to stay with that 2-3 zone. Going with a little bit of a full court press here. Again, quick passes are what help you beat it.
About a minute left in this first half. Double-digit lead here for the Endicott goals. Echeverria with the step back. Now Barrett at the top of the key. The pull-up is off the mark. Rebounded by Green. Castillo makes his way inside. A kick out to Richter. Corner 3. Short. But he'll collect his offensive rebound. Castillo now working across the baseline. And another kick, this time to Castillo. I'm sorry, that was Batista with the corner jumper.
Castillo fouled, though. He'll find himself at the line trying to connect here for Salem State. Again, both teams struggling from the line so far. A lot of free opportunities missed. 2 shots for Castillo. He missed both in his last trip. Misses that one again. Still 0 for 3 from the charity stripe. Again, a lot of free chances and a lot of missed opportunities here for Salem State. We'll see if it comes back to bite him. It usually does in these close games.
And it's been pretty hotly contested so far in this first half. Of course, you could look at the free throws as, you know, the opportunity for Salem State to get the lead from 9 to maybe 4 or 5 at this point. 3-second difference, game and shot clock. Echeverria will look to hold Endicott to their final possession of this first half.
Yeah, they'll probably start to run this with about 15 seconds left on the shot clock.
Batista looking to pressure a little bit on the defensive end, but doesn't want to get too far ahead. Echeverria making his way inside. Shot is blocked by Richter, but a rebound is collected by the Gulls. Barrett to the inside. 1 second to shoot. Echeverria's 3 is blocked, and the first half will end score 41 Endicott, 32 Salem State.
Yeah, really good job by both teams in that first half. Kind of back and forth a whole lot. Again, college basketball, a game of runs. And Endicott, the beneficiary of the most recent one, they lead 41-32 headed into the locker rooms. We'll be back with you in a couple of minutes for the second half of this game between the Endicott College Gulls and the Salem State Vikings.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Second half basketball about to get underway here in Cousins Gymnasium, the first game of this two-game doubleheader in the New England Big Four Challenge. Salem State trailing Endicott by a score of 41-32. Andrew Howe alongside Sam Brill for the second half call. And we are about to get things underway.
Andrew, our apologies. We didn't have the live stats going for that first half, but we've got them for you now. So we'll update you as we keep going.
Quick turnover as Josiah Green starts things off in the second half with a missed three.
And it feels like a good opportunity to talk a little bit about three-point percentage. Both teams shooting below 30% now from three-point land.
Another turnover by the Gulls. Castillo into Byrne, and it's denied by Barrett. An athletic show to the rim. Now a move in transition as Grant will get two on the board for the Gulls.
Yeah, good job by Endicott again. Giving it their all in transition. The Gulls have 11 points off of turnovers and 24 points in the paint, but 13 points on fast break compared to Salem State's 2. So really continuing to dominate the transition game.
Connor Byrne, who only played 4 minutes in that first half, has re-entered for the start of the second.
Yeah, might have been a little bit of foul trouble. He did have 2.
Kick out to his brother Liam. Corner three, no good. Rebounded by Barrett.
And again, both teams struggling from three-point range. Salem State well below 30% now. Endicott 4 of 14 from long range in the first half.
Gary started off his first half hot and has slowed down since then. Echeverria with the kick over to Matty. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Green.
It's a lot of wide open looks on both sides of the ball from three-point range. A lot of misses as well.
Works his way inside. The runner, no good. Barrett with another strong defensive effort. Over to Echeverria. Works his way through 2 defenders and gets stripped by Byrne.
Yeah, and Echeverria's struggled to score kind of at will like he's done.
McDonald with the reverse lay is unable to connect. And some sloppy basketball played here in the first 2 minutes of this second half.
Yeah, teams seem to have come out flat at the beginning of the second. Not the way you want to start in the first round of a tournament like this.
Matty is guarded by McDonald. He'll reset things with 13 to shoot. Quick ball movement to Echeverria in the corner on the left side. Barrett now on the left side elbow. 5 seconds to shoot. He will pull up from 2 and will be unable to connect once again.
And Andrew, really stagnant look on offense. Not a lot of movement.
Green works his way straight down the lane. No good. Byrne works his way in. Will collect the rebound and will be 2 shots on a foul going up. They'll give it to Barrett.
They're not going to give him the continuation there. Call the foul on the first time up. But Salem State really struggled from the line in the first half. And their struggles continue. 4 of 8 in the first half, make that 4 of 9.
Jared Byrne has had a pretty good showing, at least on the boards. 9 rebounds, 3 of them offensive to go alongside his 5 points. And will connect on that second free throw. Lead still in double figures for the Gulls as Echeverria works his way down the court. Going to try to blow this game open early in the second half. Tries to make a move on Castillo and gets a foul called against him.
Yeah, Castillo moving his feet, but Echeverria doing a good job to initiate the contact, trying to drive into that lane. And if he can't beat you scoring, he's going to try to distribute the ball and facilitate the offense by dribble, drive, kick out.
Matty at the free throw line, back around. Now Gary controls it, kick out to Matty. Good ball moving here for Endicott. Can they collect it? Oh, a slam by Grant. Authoritative. Green, deep 3, no good. And Byrne will try to get a board, but he went over the back. It is going the other way.
Yeah, definitely the right call there. He's going to try to plead his case, but really a pretty obvious call. Well over the back was Connor Byrne. That's going to be his 3rd foul of the game and already being in a little bit of foul trouble here early. We'll see if Salem State decides to take him out.
Kick out 3 for Gary, off the mark. Green moving fast in transition. He's going to blow by some defenders and get a whistle blown.
Yeah, once again, a good job by Endicott in transition. They've by Salem State in transition. And really, Josiah Green trying to put this team on his back. This team can't buy a bucket right now, but Josiah Green finds himself at the line to shoot 2.
Green with 15 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. On 3 of 10 from three-point range, 5 of 14 from just the field goals in general.
The leading scorer for Salem State, Josiah Green's got 16 points now.
And he'll connect on a pair.
Yeah, really good job on him to take advantage of those free opportunities.
Again, another opportunity, and Dylan Grant just showing up on the inside.
And Endicott really moving the ball well. Nice little touch pass to get that ball in the lane.
Oh, Castillo makes Echeverria fall to his feet. And now on the opportunity on the fast break, a foul is called, and it will be Mark Barrett headed to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, good job by Barrett, and it's going to be the 4th foul there on Connor Byrne. He's definitely going to be coming out now. Connor Byrne not getting a whole lot of run time in this one. A lot of foul trouble for him. 4 fouls and 16 minutes left to go in this second half.
Barrett unable to connect on the free throw. They will keep Byrne in the game. He was subbed out at around this point after collecting his first 2 fouls in the first half. Now has to be careful, as the next foul will send him back to the bench for good. Sammy Batista entering the game a little bit earlier than in that first half. McDonald into Connor Byrne. He's guarded here by Grant. Tries to make his way inside and will connect on the left-hand bank shot.
Definitely gives you that kind of a look. Connor Byrne's so good getting over his defenders.
Maddie at the free throw line, kick out Gary from 15 feet, no good. Grant with another board. Echeverria over to Barrett. Grant gets another opportunity. Remember, Byrne has 4 fouls. Step back 3. Mark Barrett off the mark. Rebound fought for by Gary, but it's going the other way.
Yeah, both teams have really struggled in this second half, but Salem State specifically, 11.1% from the field. That's 1 of 9 for them, so just struggling to get their ball to their at-will scorer, Josiah Green, who has also been cold to start this second half. So they're going to look for something different here on this possession with Sammy Batista in the game. Look for some dribble drive penetration, maybe kick out for an open look.
Green is guarded by Fama. And that's an offensive foul. Went for a push on to the graduate guard. And Green not happy about that call. You'd expect Endicott to continue feeding Dylan Grant, who has, of course, found his way on the inside, gets it up and in again, plus the foul.
Yeah, Josiah Green just a little late to get in there, and really good job by number 13, Dylan Grant, up underneath the hoop to finish that one. Extends the lead to 13 points for the Endicott Goals, looking to make it 14 with the free chance at the line.
Grant had a very quiet first half and has suddenly burst in with 4 straight buckets. Will connect on the free throw, now at 11 points to extend the Endicott lead to 14.
And Andrew, it's been a lot of points in the paint for Endicott, 24-8 in that category in the first half.
Batista with the dribble drive, no good. As Grant collects a board, Fama loses control of it, and he's not happy about him losing possession of that ball, sailing out of bounds.
Yeah, it was also Endicott winning the turnover battle in the first half, 3-8. So turnover there doesn't help Endicott's case. And again, college basketball, a game of runs, 14-point lead, definitely not insurmountable.
Lewis goes for the drive on the left side and will lay it in. Echeverria, a pull-up 3 is off the mark. Byrne with the board. Fama looks to make a play on the defensive end. and nearly has the ball broken up, and now Echeverria gets in front of it for a steal. He'll go for a drive on the left side, acrobatic lay-in for Jalen Echeverria, and it is now a 14-point lead.
Yeah, and making that one look a little bit harder than it had to be. I was just about to say that Echeverria took a pretty bad shot, one that can shift the momentum, but getting right back on the defensive end of the ball.
Byrne. Over to his brother. He takes a corner shot. No good. Rebound, tip back out, and Salem State will regain possession. Batista unable to connect from 15 feet out.
The Endicott lead remains at 14 here. Salem State continues to struggle on the offensive end.
Echeverria gets another chance from the outside and is again unable to connect. Now Green finds Batista. Layup is good. And Sammy Batista making his presence known on that fast break. Grant again on the inside is just going to battle his way up there, but is unable to connect on the layup. Lewis will try his hand at a corner three. No good. Rebound fought for by Byrne. He's going to get a free slam. Jarrett Byrne for two.
Good job by Byrne. You know, staying in that lane, knows exactly where he belongs on the floor, puts that one home, and Salem State now showing signs of life here in the second half.
They're keeping the deficit to about 10. Fama from mid-range will connect, and a timeout called for some substitutions to come in.
And the fortuitous bounce extends the lead back to 12 for the Endicott goals. Let's take you through some of these second half statistics. 4 of 16 for Salem State, so after going just 1 of 10, they've gone 3 for their last 6. So again, beginning to catch fire just a little bit. Endicott goals, 14 points in the second half on 42.9% shooting, but 0 of 5, both teams from three-point land. When will they learn that maybe, you know, they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but if it's broke, maybe try something else.
And the drives have been working for the most part. Of course, plays to the inside by players like Dylan Grant on the Endicott side have been working well. Echeverria also has proven to be pretty quick. So we'll see if any change in strategy is given here with 12 and a half minutes to go in this second half.
And interestingly, we're all even in the rebound category, but Salem State has not had the same number of second chance opportunities.
Batista for three. No good. Some collisions on the inside. Refs aren't going to blow a whistle. Fior goes over. McLaren kicks out. Echeverria thought about a three, but instead will go back inside. Fior, kick out. Fama sends it back around. McLaren on the low post. Moving the ball nicely are the Gulls. Echeverria gets an open look from downtown and still won't be able to connect. Rebound fought for and collected by Byrne. Echeverria tried to go for a steal. Leaves some open opportunities here. The bucket is good, and the foul, Connor Byrne for the three-point play.
Yeah, good job by Connor Byrne. He's got to be real careful down low. Doesn't want to pick up that 5th foul, especially offensively. Just doing his way, battling inside, and gets the bucket to go. He's got a free chance now to cut the deficit to single digits.
In the game right now for Endicott, Parker McLaren, number 44, the brother of Casey McLaren, forward for the Jumbos, will be playing later today. Endicott and McLaren looking for that potential matchup against his brother maybe tomorrow. Fior to Brown. Fama looks inside. Fior finds his way to the middle and will connect for two.
Yeah, good job by Fiore. Brings the lead back to 12.
Osorio makes his way inside and will connect on the right-handed layup.
Good job by Osorio using that right hand, using his body as a shield to be able to get that layup up.
Hill back into Fiore. A reset now for Endicott. And Hill will lose control of it. It's going to stay right here. Mike Levesque enters the game. Will replace number 5, Drew Brown. Again, the bench. When the bench units are out, that's when Salem State were able to cut into that lead a little bit with Green still on the floor. Driving is Fior, kick back out. Hill looks to the inside. McLaren goes up for the layup, and the shot is blocked by Byrne. Green, pull up three. No good. Fior collects the rebound, and breaking away is Jeff Hill. He'll collect in for the layup, and the lead is back to 12.
Really a momentum killer there from Josiah Green, putting up a shot that he definitely didn't need to put up. Had plenty of time left in the shot clock to continue to move the ball, and showing no effort in transition either.
Connor Byrne, guarded by McLaren, again makes a strong move inside, and the reverse layup is good. Timeout called by Salem State immediately following the bucket.
And Andrew, that's why you have Connor Byrne in the game. That's 8 points for him now. I believe most of those coming in the second half. He didn't get a whole lot of run time in the first with foul trouble, but deciding to stay with him despite having 4 fouls now on the floor. A 10-point game with 10 minutes left. Again, lead absolutely not insurmountable. And Salem State is beginning to chip away. They've certainly looked like the better team here in the second half, to be honest with you.
And very strong and very disciplined play as a whole from Connor Byrne. Of course, playing with those 4 fouls, was able to collect 4 in 8 minutes, basically. And since then, the last 6 minutes has played very clean basketball, and honestly has been the better player, playing a little bit more guarded, a little bit more careful, knowing that any mistake can result in him heading back to the bench.
That's right, and he's getting a lot of help from his brother, Jared Byrne, right? So instead of looking at that one big look where it's him against Dylan Tate down there in the paint, instead you've got 2 guys that can come and crash. You got a little bit more help defense, and you're not relying on him so much. That's Connor Byrne. You're not relying on Connor Byrne too much down low to guard Dylan Tate. Instead, it's the 2, and it looks like Salem State is going to go to a full court press here, try to put a little bit more pressure on Endicott.
McLaren gets the ball in opposite territory. Hill goes for the runner and will be unable to connect. Connor Byrne with another board.
And really excellent job to stay disciplined on defense. We saw him put his arms straight up down there. Doesn't want to pick up that 5th foul.
Lewis is guarded here by Gary. Makes his way down the middle, unable to connect. McLaren fights for the board, and it's 1 on the side of Endicott. Fiore gets it. McLaren has an open lane. Will go for the reverse. And again, just unable to get the shots down. And a bit too quick of a bullet. Lewis not happy about that pass from Green.
Yeah, not a great pass from Josiah Green. We've seen him maybe losing his focus a little bit here in the second half. He was he was lighting it up in the first, to be quite frank, but now doesn't look the same player that he was in the first.
Hill to Fiore. Mid-range jumper is good. Fading away is Miles Fiore. Freshman put up 9 points in his first game against MIT, and has had some pretty valuable minutes here in the second half. Endicott playing tight on the defensive end. Green with a heavily contested jumper is off the mark.
And Andrew, can't agree with that shot.
Josiah Green maybe looking to force things a little bit too much. Mike Levesque connects from downtown.
Finally, the first 3-pointer of this second half, but we'll see how Salem State can respond. It seems like Josiah Green has been a ball stopper for them. We'll see if he can turn things around for this Salem State squad that has struggled to score.
He'll get another touch here, making his way inside, really forcing the ball into his hands, and it's paying right now for Salem State. Hill with a step back 3. Rebounded by Osorio. Green now again with the ball, loses control of it, and will be able to get it back into possession of Salem State. Byrne now in the low post, loses control of the ball, and Fiore collects a steal. Gary guarded by Osorio, working to the inside. McLaren lays it up and in.
And Endicott beginning to pull away here. Going on a little mini run of their own. They lead by 17 now.
Salem State's offense has gone quiet. Green looking for something, and another brick onto the 3. Rebounded by Gary, over to Fiore. Only 1 defender in any sort of range, and it is now a 19-point lead for the Endicott Gulls, and a timeout called by Salem State.
And you see Josiah Green immediately going to the bench, putting his head in his hands. Knows he hasn't been given his best 100% effort out there, and seemingly beginning to untie his shoes. He thinks his day is done, but Salem State's day certainly is not. 19-point lead for Endicott. Beginning to pull away with it for sure, but we'll see. I don't know, Andrew. I think Salem State's got a little bit more fight left in them.
And the offense just really not moving at the same level for Salem State as it is for Endicott. Green has just taken a large majority of his shots off of the dribble, seemingly without really any sort of thought in terms of, distributing it to the rest of his team. And even with the Byrne brothers playing pretty good work, playing pretty good down low, the offense, again, just not really working, not getting that ball working in and out, and Josiah Green is largely the reason for that.
That's right, Andrew. And as a team, you've got to keep going to what's working for you, right? Stay down low, and only a 10-point lead before. You had plenty of time to go back to that and go back to that again. But Josiah Green trying to take matters into his own hands certainly doesn't help. Salem State 0 of 8 from three-point land, only shooting 28% on the day. And that's after you were beginning to climb back into it.
Salem State, of course, looking for that new star player after Sean Bryan left them last season. Josiah Green hasn't been able to be super efficient with heavy shots and will find his way onto the bench right now for the Vikings. McDonald back into the game for Salem State. They're going to have to try to turn things around right here if they want a chance in this game. Hill. One dribble and a shot. Blocked by Lewis. And a foul called against Hill is going to go back the other way.
Yeah, good job by Salem State. Still showing they've got a little bit more fight in them. 17-point lead, 7 minutes left to go. And Osorio now bringing it up for Salem State. You can see the ball is moving much better now with Josiah Green off the floor.
Osorio's pass is broken up. And a quick foul called by Osorio, not wanting to get another fast break opportunity for the Gulls.
Yeah, Andrew, a quick foul, but not really the greatest foul. Salem State had guys running back in transition, and just Osorio disappointed with his mistake, and hacking and whacking picks up another.
.640 to go here in this second half. Endicott on their way. Matchup against the winner of Tufts and Babson happening after this. Hill on the drive, back inside. Grant cannot connect. McDonald working in transition. Kick out. Lewis from downtown. No good. Rebounded by Byrne. He's going to lay it up and in. Hill fell to the ground and was unable to defend.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to have a couple changes for Endicott. Guys maybe getting a little bit tired, and Salem State beginning to creep back into it. So may see the starters coming back in just a few.
Lead still at 15 for Endicott. They are comfortable. Just need to make sure that things don't go too out of hand on the defensive end. Hill at the top of the key works his way past Osorio and up for two.
Good job by Jeff Hill getting into that lane, forcing the shot, doing a little Echeverria-esque move, finding the back of the net.
70-53. Lewis in for Byrne, and a touch foul called against Grant. Let's see, Hamzi, Echeverria, and Maddie looking to enter the game. Kevin Betancourt maybe sending some of his starters back. He's trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Substitutions now coming in as McDonald will get the inbound at the baseline. Castillo working his way inside, forcing a layup.
Yeah, really nice move to get underneath his defender there. Kind of just threw it up at the backboard and made it fall.
Echeverria has had a quiet day offensively so far. Maddie with the pump fake will go for a drive. Gary from the elbow is unable to connect. Rebounded by Byrne.
That's right, Andrew. Echeverria has been quiet, only 4 of 14 and 0 of 5 from three-point range.
Castillo with the runner, no good. Rebounded by Byrne. And now it is Connor Byrne who hits double digits with 10 points.
And Andrew, we're seeing Salem State go back to what was working before, right? Get that ball inside. Easy layups for your big men down low.
Echeverria at the top of the key. Now to Maddie on the high post, guarded by Byrne. It's a mismatch right there. They'll reset. 7 to shoot. Echeverria gets by McDonald, pulls up from mid-range, and will not connect. Rebounded by Castillo. Lewis loses control of the pass. Will still try to force up a shot, but that was a travel. Ball going the other way.
Yeah, really tough break in transition, but got to either decide to put that ball on the floor or go straight up with it. Did not, so it gets whistled for the travel, but still, only 13 points here, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go.
Never say never for the Salem State Vikings. They're going to look to pressure Echeverria up top and force the ball into somebody else's hands. Echeverria again just finds Grant. A hole on the defensive end, really opening up here in this second half. Dylan Grant has gotten all the opportunities he wants down low.
And Dylan Grant, the leading scorer for Endicott with 13.
Ball nearly stripped. Castillo will force up a shot and will get fouled. Heading to the free throw line to shoot 2, trying to cut into this deficit. But you can score all you want, Sam. If you don't get stops on the defensive end, there is no hope for Salem State.
That's absolutely right, and not really much that you can do with your big man in foul trouble. That's Connor Byrne. Didn't have a whole lot of opportunity to continue to close out that shot. And Dylan Grant, it's one of the reasons he's the leading scorer, right? If you can't contest the big man, you're giving him wide open opportunities that close to the hoop, he's going to make you pay.
Seemingly every time he gets the ball, there's nobody defending him at all. Can maybe partially attribute that to, of course, Connor Byrne having those 4 fouls, not really wanting to play super close defense.
And potentially that, but you're playing a high 2-3 zone, so the important piece of that is don't let the big get behind you.
3 is good. Cam Homsey might have sealed the fate of the Salem State Vikings. Once again, a 15-point lead.
Right, don't let the big get behind you, but also don't leave the wing wide open.
Byrne on the inside is blocked by Grant. And Echeverria gets a handle on it and forces the ball back the Endicott way. Barrett showing off his handles. Fama, kick out. Echeverria with a wide open 3. It's shooting practice.
And Andrew, shoot or shoot. Can't say much more than that. Good job. Only 1 of 6 from three-point land, but finally connecting.
Byrne on the drive, passes off to his brother, and a foul called against Dylan Grant.
Yeah, but he's got to make that one fall, go for the conventional three-point play. Missed opportunity there. Not really a hard foul, and probably could have put that one in for 2.
Jared Byrne has earned himself a double-double with 10 points and 12 rebounds. Look to add to that point total here at the line. Fiore re-entering the game as Dylan Grant will head back to the bench. A very strong second half for the grad student. Only had 3 points in his first game against MIT. And coming back and making sure that everyone knows that he's a very star-studded forward here for the Gulls. Byrne misses on 2 straight free throws, and Endicott looking to close this one out. Fama is guarded by Byrne. Fadeaway from Barrett. Short. Castillo handles it. Gonna drive through the lane. Echeverria picks it back up. Another steal for Endicott, and they're looking to move on the fast break. Fama with the reverse lay is unable to connect. Fiore gets the rebound, and the ball stays right on the Endicott side. Final minutes in the opening game of the New England Big Four Challenge here at Tufts University. Barrett trying to work that shot clock down. They'll give it over to Fiore. Mid-range jumper is good. The lead is 20, and a timeout called.
And it looks like Endicott's going to be able to empty the bench here late. They lead by 20 with just 2 minutes left to play, and seems like they've sealed this one. Salem State had a little bit of fight left in them, but still unable to find that new volume scorer to replace Sean Bryant.
And that's going to be a question that will remain with Salem State for the remainder of this season. Haven't really been able to have that, super high volume scorer, the same level as Brian was last year. And we'll have another opportunity tomorrow against the loser of Tufts versus Babson. Josh Coffey entering the game for Salem State in the last 2 minutes. Batista, the dribble drive, shot deflected, and Homsey gets control of the board. Some more substitutions coming through. Just to close out this game, Mike Levesque entering the game. And Talon Craver, the freshman guard out of Pepperell, Massachusetts, getting his first looks today.
Yeah, it's nice to see him get a little bit of run time here in his home state.
He gets a shot and will be unable to connect. Liam Byrne enters the game. Foul called on Fiore.
Yeah, and that one on the floor, but it may be the 7th, so he may get a trip at the line here for 1-and-1. This is where you really got to make them count, right? Only 53% for Salem State from the free throw line today, 63% from Endicott, so certainly not a clinic in free throw shooting, but we'll see if he can hurt him here.
1-and-1. First free throw off the mark. Rebounded here by Salem State. And the layup again is missed. Will Martinez unable to get to that. And he will collect his own rebound and will go up for the and one.
Yeah, good job by Will Martinez fighting inside there. Not a whole lot of bigger guys around him. Just getting in underneath it, kissing off the glass for 2. Conventional three-point play for him.
And that free throw will fall.
Yeah, no troubles for him at the free throw line today.
About a minute left here in this game. Endicott going to come away with its 2nd straight win and will open up this season 2-0. Three-pointer off the mark. Rebounded by Josh Coffey. Richter for 3 is no good. Rebounded by Salem State. Collected by Fiore. Across the half-court line they go. And they'll dribble it out here. Final score here in Cousins Gymnasium, 79 over to the Endicott Gulls, 62 to the Salem State Vikings. As Endicott will move on to face the winner of the Babson Beavers and the Tufts Jumbos tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Not the prettiest victory for the Gulls, only shot 41.5%. Definitely did not thrive from three-point range either, 24%. Salem State struggled worse, though, 17.4 on the game. But Endicott coming out victorious. Looking at the rebound battle, though, interesting that Salem State had 49 rebounds to Endicott's 47. Endicott just the more prolific shooting team today, able to get the best of the Gulls. Best of the Vikings.
And, of course, Salem State will be playing here in Cousins tomorrow. Action starts at 12 p.m. on JumboCast tomorrow afternoon. But you got to make sure to stay tuned if you are looking for some more Division III men's basketball. Tufts versus Babson will start in approximately 30 minutes at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. But on behalf of the rest of JumboCast, Sam Brill alongside Andrew Howe calling this first game action. Once again, from Cousins Gymnasium, final score 79 Endicott, Salem State 62. Stick right with us for JumboCast for the next game action between Tufts and Babson. But for now, so long. Have a wonderful rest of your day.